What's up, everyone? My name is Joe Cox, and thank you for tuning in to Joe C. Cox Photo. As always, we do have a new plan for the video. Second, this is an unscripted video. And third, this video is going to cover my own personal workflows, so there will be some things included, some things excluded. In case you missed the last video, should be able to find that on screen now, but we were working in Adobe Lightroom, specifically the Develop module, and we did cover that crop overlay tool. Today's video is still working in that Develop module, but we are going to be looking at that healing tool. So let's go ahead and dive on in. First thing you will notice is up top, we are in the Develop module, and we can get to our healing tool by going to the center icon or by clicking or pressing Q on our keyboard. And then up at the top, we do have a few different mode options. So we do either have this content aware remove, we do have a heal, or we do have clone. And we are going to be starting on clone. And in clone, you will notice we do have a size slider, a feather slider, and an opacity slider. So the size is going to be referring to the size of the brush. So you can see that we're increasing or decreasing that size. Feather is going to be the contrasting edge of that brush. So do you want it to kind of blend, or do you want it to be a very hard contrasting edge? Then opacity, that's not going to be dealing with our brush, that is going to be dealing with our selection and what we're actually trying to kind of hide or heal. So let's go ahead and actually I'm going to reduce that brush size a little bit. And we are going to try and cover or get rid of this electrical outlet. So with that all now selected, I release, and you'll notice we did just get this little sample area. So you can click and drag the sample area to any other part of the photo. And then there again, because we are on clone, it is doing a pixel for pixel replacement there. You can also change your feathering after you've made that selection if you'd like, or you can change the opacity. So there again, at 100, it is all coming through. If we go all the way down to 1, it is barely coming through. But we will go back up to 100, and we will move this kind of back over here. So as you can see, that clone isn't doing the best job because as we moved left, it was a little bit brighter than it is on the right. So a alternative we have is we can go into heal. Hey you, yes you, quick interruption to your video. Did you know that I also make merch for this channel? I've got things like coffee cups for you. I've got you covered with wall art. I've even got you covered with hoodies and other apparel. I mean, just check out all of this good stuff. So not only are your purchases going to supporting this channel and helping others become more educated on photo and video, but a portion of those proceeds also get donated to the Simplify in America's Fund. So not only are you helping out this channel right here, but you're also supporting the men and women who have served in our armed forces. That is kick-ass of you. Way to go, you. But check out the link in the description down below. Go find something you absolutely adore, and let's continue to all support each other out here. It's tough out here, it really is. But I love you, you're each beautiful people, and you know that. But otherwise, let's get you back to your video now. So heal is going to be really cool, and it does have all the same manual sliders that clone has. But heal is really nice because it's a little bit more intuitive by Lightroom. So it is still going to try and select a lot of the same pixels that you do, or that you're sampling from, excuse me. But Lightroom is going to be kind of smart or intuitive with it and say, hey, we're going to give you a more natural feel of what we think. And so it can do a really good job. It typically does. I personally use heal for just about everything. But yeah, so it does do a little bit nicer job of kind of making a natural looking replacement instead of that clone tool. And then lastly, moving into our content aware remove. This, before I click it, it is going to be purely Lightroom using its own AI, algorithms, whatever you want to call it in that sense. But it is going to be sampling all different parts of your photos and making a healing selection or that mask, that replacement, whatever you want to call it, based on its own intuitive assessment of your photo, essentially. So if we click on that, you will notice down here it's analyzing. It did just get rid of our sample selection, but it did just go ahead and cover it up. So there again, we can change the opacity. So we could go all the way low, kind of bring that back, or go all the way high, make sure it's disappeared. And you will also see this command plus drag on the photo to select a custom source. So if the original kind of correction that it tried to do wasn't the best, you can kind of go in, and that's what it's telling you with that command drag, is you can go and kind of select a sample area for which it should be trying to pull from. So if we go ahead and do that, we'll do it kind of close, try it something like that and see what happens. So it changed it. It didn't do, it arguably did worse in that case, but it did try. Otherwise, we will hit reset and close that down. And that is going to cover our healing tool video for today. And so thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate each and every one of you. As always, don't forget to subscribe. I am releasing a lot of good information right now, and I don't want you to miss it. And this has been a lot of years in the making. It's finally all coming out. But thank you guys. I will catch you next time.